Hello friends, here I come up with the topic antioxidants. So what are the learning objectives of this video? After watching this video, you will able to define and classify antioxidants, explain the formation of free radical and mechanism of antioxidants, write properties and uses of some antioxidants, and outline the role of sodium nitrate and sodium thiosulfate in cyanide poisoning. Now, what are antioxidants? Antioxidants are the agents which prevent oxidation and deterioration when added to the pharmaceutical preparations. These are the substances it removes potentially damaging oxidizing agents in the living organisms. Now, there are two types of antioxidants. One is endogenous, which is present even in our body, and exogenous, which we are taking from the dietary source. Endogenous antioxidants are of two types, non-enzymatic and enzymatics. Non-enzymatic includes glutathione, thiorexidoxin, ubiquinones, uric acid, lipoic acid, bilirubin, whereas enzymatics are catalase, superoxidase, glutathione peroxidase. The exogenous antioxidants are vitamin A, C, E, K, whereas beta carotenes like lycopene, luteins, zeaxanthin, and a carotene. Ubiquinone is also one of an antioxidants taken from the exogenous source. Then polyphenols, which includes phenolic acids and flavonoids. Flavonoids are of different types like flavanols, flavones, flavonol, flavonones, isoflavones, and anthocyanide. The flavanols, it includes quercetins, campherols. Flavones, it includes chrysins. Flavonones, it includes hesperitins. Isoflavonones, it includes genicetins. Anthocyanidins, it includes cyanidins. And flavanol, it includes catechins. There are various examples of flavonoids, and these are having a potent antioxidant properties. Flavonolic acids like resveratrol, which is present in the skin of grapes, and another is curcumins. Other than this, even minerals like zinc and selenium, which having strong antioxidant property. Gallic acid, ellagic acid, ferulic acid, coenzyme Q10s, which also have an antioxidant properties. The fruits like berries, cherries, which includes a large quantity of flavonoids and which we are consuming in our day-to-day life, which having an antioxidant properties. The next is formation of free radicals. Free radicals are formed through exposure of UV radiations, air pollutions, smoking. These are formed or created during inflammations, in the metabolic dysfunctioning like diabetes, exposure to the ionizing radiations like X-rays, gamma radiations, and also these are formed during an oxidative stress. Now, mechanism of lipid peroxidations. Lipid peroxides and the lipid peroxidation mechanism, they damage the cells. Oxidative degradation of lipids. In this process, a free radical steals electron from lipid in the cell membrane and produces cell damage. This leads to a free radical chain reaction mechanism, which includes three processes, that is initiations, propagations, and formation of lipid peroxide. It affects polyunsaturated fatty acids, that is unsaturated fatty acid like linoleic acid, arachidonic acid, etc., which contains multiple double bonds. In between there is methylene bridges which having reactive hydrogen atom. The free radical with any of this reactive hydrogen atom, it undergoes the process that is initiation, and it forms a lipid radical and release of water. This on oxidation by propagation mechanism, it forms lipid peroxide radicals. Lipid peroxyl again on initiation with the unsaturated lipids, it undergoes and form a final product that is lipid peroxides. This lipid peroxides produces cell membrane damage, hemolysis, mutagenesis, that is change in the DNA sequence, and it also have a carcinogenic property, that is it leads to cancer. Then we will see the mechanism of antioxidants. A free radical, which is also called it as a reactive oxygen species. A free radical, it is a chemically reactive unpaired electron. This unpaired electron which undergoes several processes and damages the cell membrane. So to revert this, we are consuming antioxidants. Antioxidants which having electron donor action, which donates the electron to the unpaired electron, and it produces a stable electron pair which neutralize the free radicals. The mechanism involved, it is same as that of redox reaction in the chemical reaction, where transfer of electron from one compound to the another compound takes place. Antioxidant itself get oxidized and prevents oxidation. If a pharmaceutical product it is getting oxidized, antioxidant will reduce it back. A stronger antioxidant protect material when used in small amount and for longer period. In this way, antioxidant basically act as an reducing agent. So again, reviewing this slide, a chemically reactive unpaired electron, it is combined with the electron donor antioxidant to form a stable electron pair, and it neutralizes the free radical. The next is, what are the criteria for the selection of an antioxidant, or you can say what are the properties of an ideal antioxidants. Antioxidant should be non-toxic, it should be physiologically and chemically inert, other than the action required to prevent oxidation of active ingredients. They should be physiologically and chemically compatible. They should not have solubility problem, and they should be effective in very small concentration. The official antioxidants are sodium thiosulfates, sodium nitrite, sodium metabisulfite, sodium bisulfate, hypophosphorus acid, sulfur dioxide, and even nitrogen. It is an official antioxidant. These are the molecular formula of these antioxidants. Now we will see one by one properties and uses of this official antioxidant. First, that is sodium thiosulfate. The properties are, it is transparent, colorless, monoclinic prisms, or as a crystalline powder, which is having a cooling, a bitter taste. It get efflorescence in dry air and deliquescence in the moist air. It is soluble in water and insoluble in alcohol. The aqueous solution of sodium thiosulfate decomposes on boiling, and it get reduced to sulfides and oxidized to the sulfates. The uses of sodium thiosulfates are, it is an antioxidant, it is useful in parasitic skin disease, it is used in controlling the infection of athlete's foot, it is effective in cyanide poisoning, it is used as an antidote. A large doses of sodium thiosulfate, it is used as an cathartic action. It is also used in photographic industries and anti-chlor in bleaching operations. The next is sodium nitrate. The properties are, it occurs in the form of white granular powder or a white crystal with the saline test. When it is exposed to the atmosphere, it deliquesces and get oxidized to sodium nitrate. It is very soluble in water and sparingly soluble in alcohol. Its aqueous solution is alkaline to litmus. The uses are, it is used in the food preservative, used as a food preservative. It is effective antidote in cyanide poisoning. It is used as an antioxidant, and due to its vasodilation action, it is considered effective in treatment of angina pectoris. Now let's see the action of sodium nitrate and sodium thiosulfate as an antidote in cyanide poisoning. Cyanide, it reacts with the cytochrome oxidase and it forms cyanocytochrome oxidase. Sodium nitrate, when it is given, it reacts with hemoglobin to form methahemoglobins. The methahemoglobin and cyanocytochrome oxidase, they combines together and it forms cyanomethahemoglobin, and it releases the cytochrome oxidase which is reactivated. The cyanomethahemoglobin, it reacts with sodium thiosulfate, and simultaneously the enzyme rhodanase which donates sulfur. This complex, it forms a sodium thiocyanate. It releases the hemoglobin and sodium sulfides. The sodium thiocyanate, it is excreted in urine. So this is the mechanism of how sodium nitrite and sodium thiosulfate, it is used in the cyanide poisoning. And last is properties and uses of sodium metabisulfides. The properties are, it is a light yellow crystals or crystalline powder. It has an odor of sulfur dioxide and acidic saline taste. It is freely soluble in water, glycerol, and slightly soluble in alcohol, and it should be stored in well closed container. The uses are, as a preservative in ascorbic acid injections, as an antioxidant in the preparations of phenols and catechols. It stabilizes the injection containing the salts of adrenaline and morphines, and treatment of skin disorders which is caused due to some parasites. And lastly, it is used as in food preservatives in the dried fruits and juices because of its antimicrobial actions. So that's all. So in this video we have seen the definitions, types of antioxidants, how free radicals are formed, mechanism of lipid peroxidation, mechanism of antioxidants, properties and uses of some antioxidants, and the action of sodium nitrate and sodium thiosulfate in cyanide poisoning. So thank you very much. Happy learning.